Without a grain of salt, and I advise you to do the same as well. But yet, despite all the drama that this interview caused, I think without a doubt, the real answer to the most dramatic and most heated Chris Van Vliet interview ever is of course the one with Anne Hathaway.
How much weight have you lost to get into this shape right now?
You did not just ask me that question. What a forward young man you are. My goodness.
Wow, that shot was heated. It really looked like Selena Kyle was about to take out that forward young man. But guys, that's all the time I have here for today to talk about some of the most heated and dramatic Chris Van Vliet interviews ever. If you can think of any Chris Van Vliet interviews in the comments that were just as heated and dramatic as these ones, then leave them down below. Credit and shout out to Chris Van Vliet, of course, for his great work with these interviews. I've listed all the interviews linked down below that I mentioned in this video. Like and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss a video on the channel if you did enjoy this one. For more wrestling interview content like this one, and wrestling show reviews, and general wrestling content, drama, history, you know it all. Subscribe, I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye, and keep on rolling.
I keep rolling, I keep rolling.
As my joints become stiff and my hair slowly turns gray, I've come to realize that the era of Gen Z might be over. No longer am I the hip youngster that I once was, and it seems that all the time making fun of millennials and their terrible fashion choices has finally caught up to us. Dude, when I was younger and in school, it felt like it was never gonna end no matter how much I tried. But now I look in the mirror and realize I'm practically an old man. If you're Gen Z, bro, it's time to admit the hard truth. We are unstatus. I could care less if you're 15 years old or if you're 30. We as Gen Z are in this together. So if I'm feeling bad about being old, then you should too. You know what type of mentality that is that I have? The unk mentality. Maybe it's just because I'm salty of the things that I would say when I was younger. I remember back when I was in elementary school, I would constantly say, I wish I was older. But you know, now that I'm out of school, I'm a grown man with hair on my balls. I'm slowly starting to realize that's possibly one of the dumbest things I've ever said. I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't really have much to worry about. All I would need to do was go to school, come home, watch cartoons, and go to sleep. But now that I'm older, I gotta worry about tax, health insurance, paying the government coming to my house to look for my outstanding warrant. Oh, what the heck? Basically, what I'm trying to say is that you had nothing to worry about when you were a kid. And now that I'm thinking back to all the things that I used to complain about when I was younger, bro, I was just complaining about a whole lot of nothing. Aww, why are you crying? You don't want to go to school? Well, don't worry, because in 10 years, you gotta pay $8,000 worth of taxes to the IRS. I'm not gonna say that we had it worse than anybody, because, I mean, at least we had entertainment. Genuinely, what was there to do back then but read books? You could gather around the radio and listen to the weekly show. You could read read Huckleberry Finn for the 17th time. I don't know how on earth they survived without cleaning videos or Family Guy. However, things weren't perfect for us either. For starters, the entire planet shut down, and I mean, that kind of put a downer on everything, but that's no worries, because thanks to the strong, responsible leadership of our government, everything is fixed, and I'm still on track to move out by the time I'm 21 at the latest and have my own house, right? Right? Hey, why is everybody so silent? And why is the average cost of a home now $300,000? See, after that little mishap occurred, prices decided to skyrocket across the planet.